It is time for pure positivity and patience. This is the patient hypnotherapy through simple affirmations and refutations of your fears. Don't worry about being bored. Oh, how horrible. It's boring. You can't take boredom, can you? No. Well, guess what? Why not just allow yourself for a little while, say just, 12 minutes or so, to just let go of your retarded self-abusive standards. It feels so impossible, doesn't it? Feels like you're wasting your time. Oh, this isn't gonna work. Well, guess what? If you think it won't, it probably won't. Whoa, who would have thought that your attitude would have such an effect on the outcome? And I'm sure you're feeling, well, even if it does work, it's gonna take way too long, and I don't have the time. Stop thinking that. You know that you can feel significantly better within just 20 minutes. Or maybe half an hour at the most. But probably 20 minutes. Just allow yourself to frickin' relax. Just slow down a little. Don't worry so much, or if you are worrying, just be okay with it, and don't be so concerned over the fact that you may be uncomfortable right now, because you're worried that this isn't gonna do any good. Why don't you just become excited about thinking? You can relax and think at the same time. After all, that's what real hypnosis actually is. You are using your imagination. You're not just thinking of nothing or thinking of whatever. That's what causes discomfort. And since you don't want to be uncomfortable, just let me tell you what to think of. Then you can relax, because I'm going to tell you to think of many happy things that you have reason to be happy about and excited about. Okay, let's start here, the best place. Just think for a minute of the potential of your brain, the potential, your ability to learn things. Even if it seems hard, you want to know why that is. It's not because you're dumb. It's because you never got used to learning, or maybe you never even developed a passion for learning. I'm sure you can imagine to at least a small degree the ways in which learning can make you happier. But it seems so hard. Or maybe you feel, oh, I have so many different things to learn that I'll feel overwhelmed instantly. Well, I understand. But guess what? That feeling is absolutely limited and it needs to be ignored. Fortunately, there are easy ways of ignoring it so that you don't even feel uncomfortable. Why don't you just think of excitement for learning, even without having to physically do anything and take any physical risks, just absorbing information and putting in enough effort to try to memorize it, just even for a few seconds, and being okay with yourself if you forget it. But what a simple thing to just write down several things a day that you found out about that day, that you learned new information that you would like to remember because you perceive it as useful. All you have to do is keep a little log of the basic things that you learned on that day. Every day, keep a log, and then every day, just go over the things that you learned 1 or 2 times and be like, oh yeah, I learned that. Now I remember better than before. And the more you do that, well, before long, you're getting better at memorizing things. And you're all, whoa, that is awesome. I'm really glad that I did that. Are you feeling a little more excited yet? If not, well, whatever, you will. Just think about it. We are people. We are all here together. I know I'm changing the subject, but who cares? It's all for the purpose of getting you to relax. And here's the thing. You can relax while also being excited. Why? Because the definition of relaxation is it's simply your muscles relaxing. Because when you're not relaxed, neither are your muscles. If your nerves expand, your muscles relax. If you are excited about something but not nervous, then your nerves will expand because there's no stress. There's nothing you're worried about in the moment. You're forgetting about the things that you were worrying about. You are actually losing awareness temporarily of your worries. And you know that's a good thing, especially in this case. So, just allow yourself, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to just think, wonder about things. And maybe it'll be hard at first and you won't think of anything. How about just like, for example, think about maybe how things work in the universe, how your brain works. You know what? Forget that. You don't want to have to think when you're during a relaxation session, when you don't know what to think, when you're told, oh, just think of something, because that takes a lot more effort than thinking of what you just heard about. Because if I tell you what to think, it's a lot easier and you don't have to put in as much effort. So yay, I just gave you homework and then I took it away so you don't have to do it. But seriously, if you want to relax, if you want to de-stress, question reality. Develop a passion for learning things, because when you do so, a passion for finding out new information about things you know very little about, but which you wished you knew about, when you know it, your life is just plain different because you never knew that thing before. Duh. And when you know it, you then can easily come up with more questions related to it, to learn about more things that are related to it. And then the more you do it, the easier it gets until you know so much stuff that your life is truly, seriously improved. That's how our consciousness works. That is how we improve our life situation and get over fears. It doesn't even need to be very uncomfortable. It'll probably be somewhat at first, but hardly unbearable or intense. You just have to be able to memorize stuff, which means that you have to take notes. You must take notes, and you must look at those notes and put in some effort to memorize stuff. And let me tell you, when you come up with questions about the things that you're trying to memorize, you will memorize them so much better, because you'll be forming all these new associations with the unfamiliar information. Thus, your brain will develop new pathways to memorize the stuff. And imagine how fun it will be telling people you know about this stuff that they probably never knew about either. But even if they did know about it, it's obviously worth telling them, because then they could tell you tons more. And you'll know more stuff and will come up with more questions, because you now truly know from experience the value of coming up with questions and taking notes endlessly. You really can get over your fears in large part just by learning and memorizing new information. And here's the best part. You don't have to learn anything that you don't want to. Such as tax crap and whatever. Boring stuff. Not that it's guaranteed to be boring if you do learn it, but sometimes it will be, or would be. So just be open-minded, and that's the other thing. Be open to possibilities. Think of possibilities of reality. What if there are invisible blueberries behind in other dimensions that are like giving you ideas and dreams and stuff that are totally affecting you in good ways that you never knew about and have no way of really knowing about, because you don't know whether they're there or not. There's no way to know, or at least it seems that way. There's no need to know in any case whether they exist or not. But simply being open and considering the possibility, it may inspire further questions in you that really prove to be of use. And also when you think of questions... Anyway, I don't know what I was saying, but so what if the dogs are barking? Seriously, so what? What reason is there to get upset? You can be okay with it. And think of it this way, if you have a sound recorder, you can just lay there and think of... No, even better. So you don't have to worry about thinking of perfect things to say when you're making a recording for yourself to listen to relax. You can write down at least the basic topics first, if not all of what you want to say. Then you'll know what to say while recording it. And it'll be that much easier. And when you listen to it, you'll be like, oh yeah. See, remembering good things is another one of the most major uplifters. It reminds you that the universe is on your side. We are great. We are good things. Think about it. When you have the right ideas, the right awarenesses, then you just plain feel better because you're more excited about life. You feel, I'm going to use this awareness. And when I look at a list of the best, most empowering reminders, I'm really impressed, because then I know what to ask people. I know what to talk to them about. I don't have to worry about forgetting because I have the list with me and can look at it anytime. And there is truly no limit to the value of looking at the list. And when I look at the list, when you look at the list, you can easily be reminded of more things that you never thought of. And when you think of a new thing, a new possibility, you're like, whoa, that is really impressive. And remember, always be, as much as you can stand to at least, just have an optimistic outlook. And just try to force yourself to trust that you are growing, you are headed in the right direction. All of the bad things that happen to you will be worth it, because they will make way for things that are unbelievably good that simply wouldn't have happened if the bad stuff didn't happen. And besides, things are getting better for you. You're learning, and that's always a good thing, because you're finding out things that you never had a clue about before. I have to stop because the dogs are barking. You don't need this recording anyway. You can just listen to music and use your imagination. Think visually of new possibilities. Goodbye.